What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. We're rolling out daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout all of the summer 2020 transfer window. So make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content and you want to stay in the loop with the latest Manchester City news and transfer news, then make sure you subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. We're very close to 12,300 subscribers. I'm aiming for 13,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also social media links in the description below, and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and search for me and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. I'm aiming for 500 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated too. And also let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say. And so we've got a new name in the ins. I'm not used to this, okay? So I might be a little bit raw. But we're going to start off with the outs first. We've got an update on a story that I was reporting on weeks and weeks ago, may even be months ago. Comes in the form of Jamie Bynoe-Gittens. Now, he is set to sign for Borussia Dortmund for free. He's a 16-year-old winger in the Manchester City Academy. City will be due compensation because he isn't a professional football player yet, so they won't have to pay a fee, so you get compensation instead. I would imagine most players tend to turn professional when they're either 17 or 18 years old. I imagine as soon as he turns 17, the promise from Dortmund will be that he'll become a professional football player and go in and around, maybe in a season or two, around their first team squad. This is coming from reliable sources at Sky Sports in Germany. So a little update there for Jamie Bynoe-Gittens, who looks set to leave Manchester City, and another young player leaving our academy. But when we've got as many players in the City Academy as what we've got, and there are lots of quality players in there, it's always going to happen. Law of averages. Now, we've got an update from our story yesterday with regards to Nicolas Otamendi. This is gathering a little bit of momentum now. Now, Jogo in Portugal are reporting that Nicolas Otamendi's agent, Jorge Mendes, he's in contact with FC Porto, and they want to sign him. That's showing a lot of interest. Otamendi is apparently willing to take a pay cut to join FC Porto, so this rumour now is starting to gather momentum. It's all about how much Porto are willing to pay for Otamendi and how much Manchester City are willing to accept. Following that, it's all about how much Otamendi wants to be paid at FC Porto and how much he does want to be playing regular first-team football. But it's a transfer that, in my opinion, is very doable. So in the near future, Nicolas Otamendi may not be a Manchester City player. So I'd like to know your thoughts of that in the comments below. Been a good servant at Manchester City, in particular during that 2017-18 season with his partnership with John Stones. I thought he was fantastic. So if Otamendi does leave, then I will wish him all of the best. Been at City for quite a while now, so yeah, he's been a good servant at City. Now we've got an update on Eric Garcia. Now, Marca in Spain, who are not the most reliable of sources, are saying that Barcelona, they're simply going to wait until next summer to sign Garcia because, well, they simply cannot afford him. Barcelona were willing to pay 10 million euros. Manchester City are wanting 30 million euros plus. I was saying yesterday that City would up that price up to 33 million euros. What's needed for Barcelona to sign Eric Garcia? They're going to have to meet us halfway. It was believed that maybe 18 million euros may be enough to secure the deal. I believe that City will be looking for somewhere close to 25 million euros. I reckon 18 million euros plus some good bonuses on there would probably get the deal done. What I'm looking for is a sell-on fee. I'd be willing to accept a smaller fee if we can have a sell-on fee, that if Eric Garcia, who's a great prospect, ends up making it into the next big player, that if Barcelona ever choose to sell, not that Barcelona are a selling club, but if they ever do choose to sell, then City would get a percentage of that and would make some money back that way. Now, we've got a very interesting update with Riyad Mahrez. Now, Foot Mercato of France, not the most reliable of sources. They're saying that Real Madrid have taken information on signing Riyad Mahrez, and they want to sign him. He's 29 years old. He had a fantastic season last season. He kept Bernardo Silva out of the team. His season was that good, and Bernardo Silva the season before was exceptional. So Riyad Mahrez has really upped his game, and I want him to stay at Manchester City at least for another season. He was that good. He's got a lot of form going into this season, so that it's worth its weight in gold, in my opinion. And so, would he be replaced this summer? I'm not so sure. I personally would keep him. a silly sale to make, in my opinion, that I would only be tempted to sell if a really good offer came in. Now, City paid £60+ million for Riyad Mahrez. People have been saying that they'd accept roughly around £60 million. If I'm honest, his season's been that good that I want to make a little bit of money on him. And Real Madrid, I just don't see paying upwards of 60 towards 70, even £80 million for him. So I don't see this personally happening, in my opinion. Now, we spoke about Lionel Messi plenty of times. If he was to come next summer, because it looks like he's not going to be coming this summer, let's face it, but if he does come next summer, then City may need to sell an attacker, and that player then could come in the form of Riyad Mahrez, who would be 30 years old. And so City may say Mahrez out to fund through the wages and stuff for Lionel Messi. If there was interest in Riyad Mahrez, the question is, though, a team's going to be willing to pay a lot of money for a 30-year-old winger in Riyad Mahrez? Probably not. So, I'm not so sure. I don't see, in my personal opinion, Riyad Mahrez leaving Manchester City. My question to you guys now is, if that City were to sell Riyad Mahrez, what would you value him at? What would you want Real Madrid to pay for him? Let me know that in the comments below. Now we're going to move on to the ins. We've got a new name. Finally, it's not Lionel Messi, it's not Kalidou Koulibaly. Instead, we've got a new name, comes in the form of Jeremy Doku of Anderlecht. Now, mcGrath of the Telegraph, I'm not sure how reliable this story is, but it's been reporting that Manchester City, they want to use their decent is more than decent, but they want to use their relations that they've got, their good rapport that they've got with Vincent Kompany, who is their manager, obviously, at Anderlecht, to try and sign the 18-year-old forward. Now, he's 5'7", not the most physical of players. He did score during the international break just a few days ago, scored a pretty good goal for Belgium, actually, in the Nations League as well. But apparently City, they're interested in signing him. A fee has been mentioned, £20 million. During this pandemic market, that is a lot of money to be spending, so he must have some kind of potential that City are interested in. Surely City aren't just seeing him play for Belgium, scoring a goal and saying, we want to pay £20 million. Surely they're seeing beyond that, and there'd be lots of scouting and lots of interest, but it's been mentioned now this has happened. It's making me question how reliable this is, but like I said, it's not Koulibaly, it's not Messi, so I'm going to get excited nonetheless. It's reported, though, that if City do sign him from Anderlecht, £20 million fee, City then want to loan him. It'd probably make sense for him to stay another season at Anderlecht and keep an eye on his progress. City may want to send him out on loan to another club in the CFG. I'm not so sure. I always say give a player, if we sign them, 2 seasons to settle in, with him being so young and heading out on loan. It's all about when he does make it into the Manchester City squad, and then from that moment giving them 2 seasons to develop to see how good they are. And so it may need a little bit of time, but a young forward being linked with Manchester City, everyone's always saying who's the long-term replacement for Sergio Aguero. Well, mate, we've already got Gabriel Jesus, who would naturally go into that position, and I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more of Jesus this season. That maybe signing a young forward like Doku, that once Sergio Aguero decides to leave, not saying I think he'll leave next summer, but he might sign a year's extension that in 2 seasons time, then someone like Doku coming in could make sense. He'll have matured, had a couple of seasons out on loan, hopefully scored lots of goals, that he can come in, 20 years old he'll be in a couple of seasons, and hit the ground running. We've got other good prospects, Liam Delap, that I spoke about on Twitter. Love to know people's thoughts on whether you would loan him to League 1 or League 2, just to give him 46 games of professional football, just to see how he can do. I'm confident League 1, League 2, if he's playing 46 games, he can come back and score 25, 30, even more goals for a nice attacking team. It has to be the right loan move, though. Lots of people saying they wanted him in and around the first team squad and playing for the under-23s. My problem I have with that, under-23 football in England isn't that brilliant, it isn't that challenging, and I would like to see what Liam Delap is capable of. Same with Doku as well. Young forwards, get them goals, get them confidence, then get them into the Manchester City first team squad. Now, we've not got a Koulibaly update, everyone will be pleased to hear, but we do have an update on Houssem Aouar. Now, the Daily Mirror have been reporting that Arsenal, they are chasing Houssem Aouar of Lyon. Now, originally Lyon, they were believed to be wanting less than €50 million before their decent Champions League run, which came to an end in the semi-final of the Champions League. And of course, in that time, they knocked out Manchester City, and Aouar played exceptionally well. they've upped his price, 60 million euros. Now, Manchester City's name's still being mentioned out there because apparently Pep is really keen, and what I'm hearing is the same as what I've been hearing all summer. City are not interested in signing a central midfielder this summer. If we were, I am confident that Houssem Aouar would be a Manchester City player. Houssem Aouar really likes Manchester City. He likes Pep Guardiola and he does want to come here. It's just City, I do believe at this moment in time, are not that interested in signing him. Perhaps next summer. Will he stay at Lyon for another season? It is plausible. However, Arsenal are being heavily linked. Can Arsenal afford him? Well, Arsenal have a surprise every now and then of just chucking out a load of money. And if he does go to Arsenal, that transfer then becomes quite unrealistic that he would sign for us. And it would be a good move for him to develop under Mikel Arteta. But I do have a feeling that we've missed out on a really good quality young central midfielder in Houssem Aouar. I think he's only 22 years old and he's performing on the biggest stages of them all in the Champions League. He's a player that would definitely improve City's squad. I've wanted us to be ruthless, and if he goes to Arsenal this summer, I'm going to be extremely disappointed. There we go. So I'd like to know your thoughts of that in the comments below. So there we go, that's been the transfer update. I hope everyone has enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video, and maybe for 500 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Let me know your thoughts of these transfers in the comments below too, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say. And also, subscribe if you're new around here, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. I'm aiming for 13,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Social media links in the description below. Sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, and I'll be back again tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well, and I'll see you all again tomorrow for that next daily Manchester City transfer update. So I've been JSGC. Hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.